I'm really struggling to pick my favorite show from the post-golden age of Broadway. It's very hard for me to pick my favorite show from the post-golden age of Broadway. So for me, it's a three-way tie between Funny Girl, Dreamgirls, and A Chorus Line. This documentary inspires me as a performer for many reasons. Even the opening sequence of the documentary is all of these shots of different actors and performers describing what it feels like to arrive at the theater at the beginning of a show. And I had chills down my neck because it's this very specific sensation that I live for. That's the first part of the documentary that got me right into it. This documentary also inspires me as a performer because so much of the history and the lore of theater is passed down through stories, is not written down. In theater, we're not often recording the performances, and we're certainly not recording the backstage shenanigans and stories. And so getting an opportunity to hear these theatrical luminaries tell their stories, both comedic and tragic, is incredibly moving and inspiring. My favorite role of my career is Melchior Gabor in Spring Awakening. It was every dream I had come true. I moved to New York to be in an original musical. It happened so fast. I was 22. All of us in the cast were between 15 and 23, and to be a part of an incredible show like that at such a young age was completely life-changing. If I could travel back in time and see an iconic Broadway show from 1959 through the early 1980s with its original cast, it would again be a three-way tie between Funny Girl, Dreamgirls, and A Chorus Line. Because Barbara, because Jennifer Holliday, because Donna McKechnie. I think it's important to share these stories with theater fans and the next generation of Broadway performers because there's this kind of lore about theater that exists. I mean, even the sequence in the show about watching people from the wings. This was how I learned how to act. I never had formal training. I learned from getting the opportunity to do high school, community, regional theater, off-Broadway theater, and watch an experience and watch people from the wings and learn how to act. And just as much watching people act, also hearing the stories. And this is an education that you couldn't possibly learn in a classroom, this documentary. It's hearing it from the horse's mouth, and I think that it will inspire the next generation and encourage them to carry the torch and be as brave and vulnerable as the generations before them, and hopefully create really exciting art.